It is Friday, July 28th, 2023. Hi, it's Tim, and before I get started, just wanted to say a quick happy birthday, Joe. Um, now, let's get on with my regular weekly update about my cataract journey. To begin with, on Monday, I have my first therapy session to kind of get the stress and anxiety in my life under control. Um, and I'd say overall it went pretty well. Um, by the time I actually sat down with the therapist, everything that could have gone wrong with my gut did. And so when I left, I was feeling pretty relaxed um, because there was nothing left to stress out about at that point. So during the session itself, we covered a few things. Um, and the main idea was to start training my mind to cope with anxiety and stressful situations and to reduce, hopefully, my overall stress and tension. So, it taught me a few techniques, fairly simple and easy to repeat, um, and some that deal with specific challenges that I have. For example, if I'm out in a situation with people, a lot of the times, whether I like them or not, um, they become public enemy number one if they're in between me and a bathroom. So he's just like, all right, first thing is practice exiting his conversation at the drop of a hat and just, we'll pick this up later. I'm going to go. Don't, not even explaining things, and just exit, get to a bathroom. Um, Second, when I'm in a situation and I feel stress rising, just pause, take a deep breath. If necessary, let's take two or three. Um, just the act of pausing to breathe will interrupt the stress response. It may not stop it altogether, but it will give you a slight interruption and an opportunity to recollect and redirect your thoughts to something maybe less stressful. Let's see. So the next thing was to, if I'm feeling stress, after I've taken the deep breaths to pause, just in the process of whatever I'm doing, refocus on my breathing at any time, at any point. Um, and specifically, he gave me a breathwork technique, very simple one that practices this act of refocusing on my breathing. Just start out with 3 deep breaths, and then for the next 5 or 10 minutes, breathe normally and just focus on feeling the breath go in and out. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Pay attention to changes in temperature as the breath comes in and out. And if a stray thought comes by, let it pass by and refocus on the breathing. And as a process, it will lower the overall stress levels, at least for the period where I'm meditating and practicing breath work. The next technique he went over with me was a tension technique. All right, so the next thing the therapist went over with me was a basic tension release technique. And all you do is I would tense the muscles in my feet and relax them. And then move my way up to my head and just tense each muscle and relax it. The idea is to be able to see where in your body where in my body I was holding tension, and then after I'm done, where do I still have tension? That even after I released, it's still there. And I learned two things in this process. And it does help kind of relax the muscles and remove that physical tension a little bit. But I learned that when I tense one muscle, I tend to also tense my abdomen. And when I'm tensing anything, I tend to also hold my breath. Both of those are probably counterproductive because, holding my breath increases physical stress. And, well, I think a lot of my stress is probably manifest in my gut area. The ulcerative colitis, suggests that's true. Um, and so the fact that anytime I'm tense anywhere, I tend to tense my gut too is a problem. So I'm going to be practicing over the next several weeks, learning to just tense one muscle at a time individually without tensing the rest of my muscles. And hopefully I'll be able to kind of separate it so that I don't always have a gut response to tension and stress. Let's see. The final technique, also very simple, just doing a nightly gratitude journal. When I start my evening routine, include just sitting down and writing 3 lines of things that I'm grateful for. I can do 2, I can do 4, but on average about 3 lines of things that I'm grateful for. And the purpose of this is basically to train my mind to start looking for positive, happy things in life. My health is always going to put things in front of me. Oh, well, things are looking pretty cloudy out of my left eye today. Ooh, is that a floater in my right eye? Oh boy, I feel the bloat in my gut really bad today. That's always going to be there. But the good things are always there too. And so this exercise gets me throughout the day looking for what can I write down in my gratitude journal tonight. So one thing you will notice in this video is that I kind of applied the exit strategy technique to my recording. In my early postings, you'll see that I did just one continuous cut from start to finish, where I just did stream of consciousness and there were no breaks. This time it's very obvious there's cuts throughout this recording, and basically if I started feeling uncomfortable, like I had to go to the bathroom, I hit stop and got out, walked around, hit the men's room, and then came back, just to take away the pressure that I had to do everything all at once. And part of the idea is just to reduce the amount of stress and pressure and tension in my life, and hopefully as a result get better health outcomes, both with my cataracts and with my ulcerative colitis and anything else that may pop up. The final thing I did with the therapist was he gave me a referral, and they helped me get scheduled with their in-house psychiatrist. I'm gonna give this a try, and hopefully I'm able to get my stress levels to a place I'm comfortable with just by doing these techniques. But just to be safe, I wanted to also leave the option open to medication if that is what I need to kind of deaden the anxiety and the stress response, at least to get me through my next surgery. I don't want stress and anxiety getting in the way of a clean surgery and recovery. So it'll be a first for me, but I want the best overall outcomes, so I'm willing to put everything on the table. Let's see. Now on to things that didn't happen. I did not have my iron infusion this week because it would have been double booked with my eye appointment. I also did not get my eye lasered. Yeah. I don't know if it's a misunderstanding on my part, it wasn't communicated well, but all that really happened was they ran the same tests that they ran last time. They additionally put some drops in to dilate my eyes and examined to make sure the lens was in the right place. Good news, the lens is where it belongs. Um, I also brought up that I had noticed a floater in my eye, the right eye, that had the surgery, and we went over the details, and it doesn't look like there's anything to worry about as of yet. It's just, naturally occurring at this point. If I start seeing lots of floaters all over the place and flashes of light, then I've got something to worry about, and it could be a retinal tear or even detachment in progress. But for right now, I'm safe on those counts. So, some good news out of it. Then they scheduled me for the appointment where they'll actually go in with the laser and clean off any remaining cataract from the inner wall where the lens sits and any scar tissue from the surgery. So that's not going to happen until the end of August, and then there's a follow-up appointment about a week into September just to make sure things are going well still. So let's see. Anyways, I guess the new timetable works out to where I've got time to go through these stress and anxiety exercises and try to have the effect that I want, see if I can get my levels down before I go in for my next surgery. In fact, yeah, that's probably not going to happen until September at the soonest, maybe even October. So, if necessary, I'll even have time to go to see the psychiatrist and get prescribed medication if we deem that that's required to help me have a safe and uneventful surgery. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of my update for the week. I have been doing the exercises. I can say trying to do walks around the block this week has been a lot easier and less stressful. I just focus on my breathing, always go back to my breathing. I see someone, wave, go back to my breathing. And I try to look for additional details, give my eye a workout as well. So rather than just seeing a tree or seeing the branches on the tree, I look, through the leaves and see the different layers, the branches and limbs hiding behind, the first set of leaves that you see. Can I see the trunk? Can I see the leaves on the other side? Can I see trees behind it? Can I see the house behind that? I'm always looking for what's some additional detail that I can pull out. And it'd be nice if I got to sleep faster. So far that hasn't happened, but I tend to be more relaxed and less stressed out about the fact that I'm not sleeping even though I'm laying in bed. Sometimes that really bothers me. I'm a little less stressed out about it this week. So that's an improvement. And I am, looking around for, positive things that I can write down in my journal every night. So far, I've been good about doing all of these techniques at least once a day. Some of them I do them 2 or 3 times where it's appropriate. So I'm looking pretty positively about that. I'm looking forward to getting my 3rd iron infusion next week on Tuesday. It's a little too early to see significant results, but I know they load it, layer after layer, and by the end of 5 or 6, I should see, some improvements in my energy and overall well-being. We'll see how that goes, but I want to get back on track with that. Let's see. Anyways, so I guess I'll wrap that up for today. I hope everyone's doing well. If you have questions or comments, feel free to leave them leave a reply, direct message me, and you know, yeah, I'll do another update next week. There's going to be a gap of a month between actual eye appointments, so I'm going to work on other content and things that I can discuss related to my cataract journey that might be of use and worth knowing. I think I'll do at least one or two updates related to some of the tools I've used in order to cope with my limited vision, and maybe that'll be of some worth to those of you watching that either are already dealing with sight issues or will have to worry about it in the future. All right, take care, have a great week, and I'll catch you later.